Hello and welcome. My name is DW and this is my little slice of the internet I like to call Dub's Beauty Diary. Today I have a tag video. I was tagged in Lisa Lobotomy's video, the palette tag brand edition. She created this tag and I thought it was really fun, and I love tag videos and I'm so thankful that she thought of me to tag me. So let's get into it, huh? I'm just going to scooch my camera over so I can insert pictures here. Okay, so number one, the brand you have the most palettes from. And my brand that I have the most palettes from is ColourPop. I have 59 palettes. I know that I have actually more than that because I just got an order in. Yeah, over 60 palettes in one brand. Can you see why I'm on a no buy now? All right, number two, the brand you have the least amount of palettes from, and the minimum being 3. So I've got a couple of brands that I have 3 palettes from. The first brand is Flower Beauty. I have I think they have more than 3 palettes, but I've got the Desert Lights, I've got the Jungle Nights, and then I've got the ET palette. So I have 3 from Flower Beauty. I have 3 from Kaleidos. I've got the Flower Punk. I have the Shasimi City. And I have the Club Nebula palette from Kaleidos. ZC, I've got the 3 Alice in Wonderland palettes. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. I can't tell you what the palettes are like themselves, but the packaging, the color scheme, the theme, they're beautiful. Fantasy Cosmetica has 3 palettes out right now. They have Bard, Druid, and Sorcerer, I believe, and I have those 3. And then Sugar Pill, I have, let me think, I have the Little Twins palette, and then I have 2 of the capsule palettes from Sugar Pill. So 3 from 5 different brands. I had another brand in there, which was Ace Beauté, but I actually have 4 palettes from them, so they don't count. Let's see. Number 3, the brand you wish you had more from, and I'm going to say Menagerie. I only have 1 palette from them. It's the Annette Collab Serenity palette. I like their color stories, but I don't know. I want the Flight Club palette. I want the Pastel Pups palette. I want the Sugar High palette. I do not like that they switch from square pans to round pans. That's really annoying. I wish they would have just stuck with the same concept. And I also am a little butthurt because when they were Makeup Monsters, I had ordered some lipsticks from them and they never arrived to me. They never gave me a discount. They never gave me a refund. They said it was the post office's problem and they had nothing to do with it. So yeah, that was real cool. So it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So I don't really know if I want to spend money on Menagerie, but if I can find their palettes secondhand, I wouldn't mind purchasing those. But yeah, a brand you wish you had more from, Menagerie. I think they have good formula and I've heard tons of good things. They have nice color stories. Yeah. Okay, number 4, the brand with the best color stories. I am going to say Glamlight. I know they're weird with their themes and with their collabs or whatever, but I love their color stories. Like the Frosted Flakes palette, that blue and teal and orange, that's beautiful. I love that. Or the I like both Michaela palettes. I like the Ice Cream Dream palette. The Cake palette was iconic for its time, like rainbow palette. What? Who does that? And now everyone does them, but yeah, it was nice. Then they've got the Happy Hour collection. Those are all beautiful. I really like Glamlight's color stories. Number 5, the palette you always wanted but never bought. Natasha Denona Bronze. I have had this on my wish list since it launched. So years. And I still have not pulled the trigger on it. I really like gold. I really like bronze eyeshadow. But all of them seem to be very similar to each other. And Natasha Denona is pretty spendy, so I've just never pulled the trigger. But I really, 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 really want that palette. Still. So, number 6, a series you want with palettes and from which brand. So I would like an indie brand. So like, but it would have to be on theme. So like Fantasy Cosmetica won't work because they are game related. Kaleidos won't work because they're like space related. But like, I mean, Glamlight would be fine because they do pretty much everything. They started out with mostly food, but now they do, well, I guess they are still mostly food. So Glamlight would be out. I guess ColourPop would be appropriate in this sense because I want a series of micro influencers collabs. I want 9-pan, 12-pan, whatever, but I want them to all be consistent, and I want them to be someone who is on social media, someone who doesn't have 10,000 followers, someone less than that. Just to do like wouldn't that be cool if like I don't even know. Like Misty. Wouldn't that be cool if Misty had a ColourPop? I mean, she has ColourPan, that project. So wouldn't that be cool if Misty had a ColourPop 9-pan of shadows that she chose? And like, think of the recognition she would get. Think of how accomplished she would feel. Think of like, I think that would be great. So like, why can't they do that? And a lot of people, like specifically for ColourPop, a lot of people collect their palettes. They are pretty well known. They're sold at Ulta. Yeah, people like ColourPop. I know some people don't, but if your favorite influencer or content creator is creating a palette with some brand, aren't you going to buy it regardless? I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb for thinking that, but I think that would be really cool to have micro influencers have like a range. Like say there's like, I don't know, 5 of them, and they each made a 9-pan in whatever brand. It doesn't really matter to me what brand it is, but that would be super, super cool. That would be so cool. I would love that. I would buy all of those. I would love that for them. Maybe I'd find a new brand that isn't, not a new brand, a new content creator that I don't know yet. Or like Odin's Eye, I'm going on about this, but Odin's Eye did that Diversa collab. So they did 3 palettes with Annette, Fancy Face, Tina, and Judy. And then they added another one, the Hila palette from Angelica. So like, add on to that, do more with more creators, like someone who lives in Canada, someone who lives in the desert, someone who lives in Africa, someone who lives in Australia, like, and have them be similar to that, and they could tell their story through those eyeshadow palettes. I think that would be so cool. I would love that for them. Moving on. Number 7, a palette you want to love but don't. The Ofra Ali Dawson palette. I love Allie Dawson, but I couldn't vibe with that palette. I still have it and I still want to try to use it, but I don't know. I don't know. Another one is the ColourPop Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian, the Child palette. Everyone loves that palette. Everyone loves that grungy green, whatever. But every time I use that palette, every single time, all of my eye looks come out looking the same. It's disappointing. And I love Star Wars. So that is a palette I wanted to love, but I don't. So then, in retrospect, a palette you love but didn't think you would. Huda Love Fest. Those are so red and murky and darker, and I don't know, not my vibe, but I love that palette. And another one is the Kaleidos Sashimi City. I love that palette too. It's so neutral, but those shimmers, they are out of this world. They are beautiful. I love that palette. It's so beautiful. A palette you wished had a part 2. So these palettes aren't like, I just wish that these palettes had more in their collection. The BH Blueberry Muffin and Avocado Toast, I think there was a mimosa one, but I wish they would have done more colors, like a purple one. So like, or a yellow one, or just like, I wish they would have done more colors for that theme. Yeah, I think that would be cool, because the Blueberry Muffin, I have that one specifically. It's pretty blue, but there's also periwinkle, and there's also like shimmery white and silver. So like and like some champagne-y colors. So there's more than just blue. So like, why couldn't we have that with like a purple or orange, or, you know, that would be really cool if they did that. Number 10, this is the last question. Have you ever decluttered a palette and then regretted it? I am going to say no. I haven't done a declutter through my collection yet this year, but I guess yes, kind of, because I wish I still had the makeup I wore in high school, just for like comparisons, or for like a nostalgia box or whatever, because they don't create that stuff anymore. So I wish that I still had that just like tucked away in a box that I could just peek at for, yeah, nostalgia sake. But other than that, I have not decluttered anything that I wish that I didn't. None, nothing. But that is the tag. I'm going to tag Carolyn. I'm going to tag, who else should I tag? Hannah. And I am going to tag one more. Let me think. I'm going to tag Ruth. I'm going to tag Ruth. So those are the 3 that I'm going to tag to do this video. I will link them down below so that they know that they're tagged in case they don't see this. But yeah, with that being said, I am going to let you guys go, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.